I'm so glad to see both of you. Tosca, I feel like I just saw you not so long ago, but it's been a minute since I've seen Emma. I think
Yeah,
Emma, we haven't seen each other since PassionCon.
that's what I was
I
just
know.
saying. Yes, PassionCon. It's wonderful to see you.
I know it's just it's I've been
Time
waiting for this
fast.
movie for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I could, Tosca, you don't know this. Emma knows this, but Tangled is my absolute favorite Passionflix movie.
Oh, thanks.
I'm not actually like a definitive, like I don't like to say decisive definitive things, like because people kind of get upset when you say things like that, but I will say that. I will say that Tangled has always been my favorite, but it may have been dethroned, if you know what I
Oh,
mean.
Yeah,
This
this
movie,
movie is great.
oh my gosh, this movie, I mean, it's neck and neck because obviously, Emma, it's your story, and you've crafted these beautiful stories and they're just
yeah.
they're fantastic books, but oh my God, they're even better movies. Like, I mean, they just come to life so beautifully. And not all books do that. You know what I mean? Like some books probably shouldn't be made into movies, but your books are just beautiful either way. And when I was watching the screener, I thought, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I mean, it is an incredible movie.
Yeah. It's really beautiful. I mean, obviously, we start with the perfect story. It's very easy. Just follow the guide.
Well, and what
Absolutely.
I was saying is, um, Passionflix understands that element that readers love about their romance novels, and they're able
Mhm.
to bring that to the screen. And I think in the case of Royally Screwed and Tangled, the director and the cast were able to kind of add their own unique touches within staying within the story and the characters to kind of elevate it even more
Mhm.
from. So you start with the book and the story, and they've made this amazing version of that story in film.
Yeah, they bring them to life
Yes,
and
yes.
make them tangible people, which is great. And I think that Max and Jenny did such a phenomenal job of that in this movie, really, creating these grounded characters. And then when you have Shore, there's the queen, Shore Agadashu as the queen, which was
Mhm.
like so intense as this
Amazing.
incredible actress coming in and being our queen grandmother.
Yes.
I think we were very, very fortunate on this one.
Oh, absolutely. I had a note that so much of this story relies on a certain level of vulnerability and a certain level of cockiness. And, obviously those go you know, with each character. Nicholas is cocky to an extent, and he's also vulnerable. And Olivia isn't cocky at all, but she has grit. She's survived a lot and she's very vulnerable. And there was this moment, there were a couple moments, but when Jenny acts, her eyes, like she didn't have to say a word, and she
Yes.
conveyed so much vulnerability. And I just said, that's Olivia. That's her. Like this, Passionflix is known for doing a phenomenal casting job. And if there is some casting award ceremony somewhere, you should be at the top because you
Yeah.
manage to find these actors who do such an amazing job. But I don't think I've ever seen, I mean, this is like an Oscar level vulnerability that it just comes through and you're just like, oh my God, your heart breaks for her. And she hasn't
Yeah.
even said a word. You can just see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so could you maybe talk about how you found your Olivia and Nicholas and how that all came about? Because it just seems like this story wouldn't be the same without them.
Mm.
Well, I think it all starts with the director. So our director for this one, her name's Sophia Chiapas, and it's her directorial debut. And Jenny and Sophia went to acting school together when they were younger.
Oh,
And
wow.
so when I asked Sophia to direct this one, she says, I have somebody in mind for it. Um, what do you think? And then she sent her over to me. I sent her over to Emma,
Hmm.
and we were like, great, let's see if she wants to do it. And she accepted. And so we really only did
What?
we only went to one person. We
Yeah.
only looked at one person. This was the
Yeah.
person we went to.
She was it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it always comes down to, and thank you for the compliments about Passionflix casting, and everything for us, and particularly, when it comes to book adaptations, we look at the book and we go, who represents this character the best? We want this character. You must be dedicated to this character. And then we go out and we find that person, obviously supported by the author. And in this case, Sophia, who's the director, took the book and did exactly that. She was like, there was no challenge. There was no, we're going to try and change this person. It was not that at all. It was, this is who I see this character as. I know somebody who I think can have this, grit, as you mentioned, but also have this vulnerability. Beautiful woman, phenomenal actress, friend of mine. What do you think? And so then I sent her over to Emma, and she went, yes.
And I think you try physically to find the character as much as possible. I think readers and fans will have all slightly different versions of what that is. But when the actor is talented enough, they embody the character. So you said the grit, the pride, the vulnerability, with her beauty, and she becomes Olivia.
Yeah. And then Max went through a casting, we found him through casting in England, and he was also the only one that we really cared about. So we saw him and we're like, okay, well, we like this one. And then again, sent it off to Emma, and your response was,
I loved Max. Yeah, right from the jump. I saw him before, I went and looked and saw his video. Just the still shots, I thought he would be so good at embodying a prince, but also someone who's relatable, someone who can, be seen, because Olivia looks at him as her boyfriend. That's who he becomes to her. So who can play both those roles? And he was it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.